Hello everyone, my name is the Chemist77 and welcome to episode 39 of Farming Minecraft. We are in the Nether today in I say brand new location, a brand new location for YouTube. We have been out here a little bit over the past couple streams, mostly to set up for today's video. As you can see in the top left corner in my mini HUD display, we are quite a way out. We are at just over 4,000 blocks out on the X and just over 3,500 blocks out on the Z in the negative direction. And yeah, there is a very good reason for that, and that is because I wanted to find, as you can see just by my head there, we're in a fortress, but this is a very particular fortress. This fortress has a double blaze spawner. And so, obviously, yeah, I mean, the title gives it away as well, but today we're going to be building a blaze farm. And yeah, we are going to be using this double blaze spawner. Blaze farms obviously do work with single blaze spawners, but obviously if you've got two of them, it's much more efficient and just generally faster. Now, what makes this a double blaze spawner? All fortresses, or pretty much all fortresses, will have two blaze spawners in them. I think they can spawn with just one, but 90% of fortresses will have two spawners. And they can spawn anywhere on the outside section. This one, however, is very special because I can activate them both at the same time. Which means that if we can find a way to get the blazes from the spawners to the player whilst they're both activated, then we can kill them and get the blaze rods. Now, I have got my mob switch turned on. However, because mob spawners work independently of the mob cap, they still work. So we will still have to be careful when we're building this up. However, we shouldn't get any ghasts or skeletons spawning or magma cubes in the basalt delta that's just there. And I also have to be careful to not activate blaze spawners here too much. I probably actually want to make some fire resistance potions. I should have some stuff with me. But before we can actually get started building the farm, we have a lot of terrain to clear out. So the way blazes spawn around a spawner is that it is a 9x9x3 area where the feet will spawn. And if there are more than, I believe, 6 mobs within a 9x9x9 area centered on the spawner, the spawner itself won't actually spawn any more blazes. And so therein sort of lies the two main things that we want to do with this blaze farm. That is, give enough spawning space for blazes to spawn. That's why you'll often see, particularly speedruns, they'll mine sort of the nether brick fences and some of these nether bricks here out the way to get more blaze spawns. And also, what we want to do is get the blazes away from the spawner as fast as possible. But yeah, before we can do any sort of building up, we need to get rid of a load of terrain. So I'm going to do that, and we'll do a mini time lapse because I'm not actually going to time lapse the farm. So yeah, let's go. This is absolutely fine. Here's a tip if you're doing this at home yourself. Fire resistance potions, very useful. I'm gonna need to go back to the base and get some more. Yes, definitely bring fire resistance. That's all I'll have to say on that matter. I've also got to actually build up the farm. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get some fire resistance potions. Then we're gonna start building it up. Okay, yeah, I actually popped a totem there. That is, it just goes to show you, blazes are not to be messed around with. And because I technically died, it also got rid of my fire resistance, which I had just taken, which is very annoying. But anyway, back to it. And there we go, the blazes have been contained. We will have to go in there in a bit, which is slightly daunting, not gonna lie. But for any work outside of here now, the blazes won't be able to see us and won't be able to shoot us. And this is because, again, like I mentioned earlier, the spawning range for a blaze spawner, it will spawn the feet within a 9x9 by 3 box that's centered on the spawner, which means 4 blocks out here, hence like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again this way, and then 1 block up and 1 block down. The reason we have this, you know, higher and lower than that is because it's the feet that would be here, which means the head would be here, and yes, it means technically there's 2 blocks of useless space pretty much here, but below here is very important, and it sort of is important, the space up here, because again, as I mentioned before, if there are 6 blazes within this cube here, which is a 9x9x9 cube, again centered on the spawner, so 4 in each direction, the spawner won't spawn any more blazes. So I think there's 5 in here at the minute, but obviously we're not activating the spawner because we're too far away. But if we did, then it would be able to spawn more, despite the fact that there's a couple blazes down here because it is outside of that box. So anyway, we're going to build up the next part, which I think is probably going to be the little rail system that goes around under here. We'll put that lava bucket in too, and so yeah, so that is the pickup system for the blazes. Okay, there we go. The little bit of collection rail and the pushing lava is in. I don't actually think this lava needs to be here, but I have it in anyway. It just helps. I don't know. It was from the original design I had, which had a minecart coming up here through this glass box, but that wasn't like 100% efficient. So yeah, I now have this rail line that goes around here. I think the next thing to do is going to be to build up this section. So this being the minecart dispenser and the item clock. And from there, I think we'll probably build up the rails. And there we go. Lots of rails and yellow glass and concrete going in. Now this concrete is here for a very good reason, and I can show you with all of these blazes over here. So basically, as I've been building the farm up, this spawner has been spawning blazes, and because this little channel here is outside of the detection range for it to stop spawning mobs, it just constantly spawns them and they fall down here. Now the very annoying trait with blazes and why we need that concrete is if I hit them, that they all start floating up, as you can see, like that. I think they start floating up to your level. It's very weird, but you can see it more over there with them floating up. And we don't want that, because the whole purpose of this farm is the blazes fall down, get pushed by the lava, fall down, and picked up by the minecarts. So, what this concrete does is it suffocates them all the way down to 1 hit, which means that when they land in the chamber just here, they will instantly be killed, and the blazes won't detect that and won't float up, which is obviously good. So yeah, the next thing to build is just this last section here, the killing chamber, and a little bit of the minecart mechanism to send the minecarts back down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, for some reason these guys are still shooting me. I might put a little bit of glass, just like that. And that should completely block off any line of sight that the blazes have to me. But yeah, I'm going to finish building this up. And do I have some stone? I don't think I do I? I realised I need an armour stand. Ah, that sucks. Oh well, I'll build this up, run back and grab an armour stand, and then we can turn the farm on. Okay, the whole thing is built up now. Because I did do a relog, the mob switch is now not working. So we do have a few things spawning. But again, because spawners work independently of the mob cap, it shouldn't really affect the farm at all. And we can see some blazes are spawning because I am stood on the piston right here. And we can see we've got the armor stand, which means that we should get Sweeping Edge. And so, I do have Sweeping Edge 3 on here. So yeah, we've got Sweeping Edge and Looting on our sword. That's pretty much all you need. Well, Mending as well. Unbreaking and Sharpness is optional because, of course, this farm puts all the blazes on a 1-hit kill. So, if we turn it on, we can see the minecarts going. Blazes are getting picked up. They are taking suffocation damage. And we have an activator rail here. And then a detector rail. Which, yeah, we are just about in time for ejecting the blazes. Which works well. And then what I can do is swing it. And I end up collecting the majority of the blaze rods because my inventory is full. If I just completely fill up my inventory, then all the blaze rods should end up down here. I think a few end up here just because of how the chest and the hoppers work. But I can sit here, keep swinging, and because the blazes are on 1 hit, they will instantly die and none of them will float up, which is very useful. And again, because we are all enclosed here, any blazes that spawn in the surrounding fortress, such as this one, can't see us, which means that they then can't float up and also trigger all the other blazes to float up. So yeah, that is a blaze farm, and this is 1/2 of the way there to being able to craft end rods. So next week we'll be tackling the other farm that we need to be able to craft end rods. Yeah, some of you may know about, some of you may not. I feel like end rods is one of those things that very few people know you can actually craft. And it's very useful that you can craft them. So yeah, we'll be building the other farm to deal with that next week. But for now, that'll do it for today. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I apologise if it's been a bit of a shorter episode this week. I am, at the time of this coming out, I'm recording and editing it yesterday. It is currently 7:20 in the evening, on the Friday evening, and it's supposed to be out tomorrow morning at 11. And so yeah, I've still got to edit this. So yeah, that'll be a fun one. But for now, thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.